I, a 29-year-old male, usually wear t-shirts and shorts in the summertime. Most of my shorts are cargo shorts because I have muscular legs, and it has been very...
That are...
it's...
Wait, we have to read it.
Wait. No, so I tried to read it again because cargo shorts, and I was like, oh, that's offensive, but whatever, like, I'll just start over. But, like, the fact that he feels like he has to say, I have muscular legs, it's just so funny to me. Okay.
No, the whole sentence is funny. Read the whole sentence.
Most of my shorts are cargo shorts because I have muscular legs. It has been very difficult to find shorts that fit that are not cargo shorts.
That are not cargo shorts.
I wear t-shorts that...
T-shorts.
Bro, why is he typing like this?
Cargo shorts.
I wear t-shorts that fit... I don't know if that's a typo or... No,
wait.
Shorts are not in a T shape. So that's a typo. The I is right next to O on the keyboard. It's a typo. It's a typo.
No, they're t-shorts. You ever heard of t-shorts?
No.
You like t-shorts?
What are t-shorts?
They're, you know what t-shorts are.
No, I don't. I'm going to Google it right now. And I'm not going to cut it because I don't... I just want to make sure that you're not... you joshing me. Showing results for t-shirts. See? Search instead for t-shirts. I do. It still says, did you mean t-shirts? I'm going to images...
No, the man likes cargo shorts and t-shorts. I don't know what's so
T-shorts don't exist. About that. I wear t-shorts. It's a typo. See, this is the type of stuff that I cut out because, like, I know that it's a typo.
No, it's hilarious.
So if it's funny, then I'll keep it.
It is.
But if it's just t-shirt,
it is funny.
I'll keep it.
It's hilarious that this man said t-shorts.
I wear t-shirts that fit well. I wear t-shirts that... Should I say t-shirts?
Babe.
I wear t-shirts that fit well, none of which is blank.
Okay, give me this.
No, I got it. He's just typing like an idiot. I wear t-shirts.
Then read it like an idiot. Read it exactly the way that he's...
I want to start all the way. I want to start the segment all the way over.
The whole segment?
I wear t-shirts that fit well, none of which is blank, meaning I have things like my university's logo short, one with a single logo from a local theater company, etc. I don't even know what he's talking about anymore. My winter attire is nicer. Well-fitted jeans and pants.
Is this still dating advice?
This is r/dating advice.
What is he?
Is my usual summer attire getting in my... Okay, what's the question? I have button-up shirts for both summer and winter. I stay well-groomed, and I work out 5 days a week. Here's what I look like if that would help.
He posted a link with a... Is that a link to what he looks like? What is...
You know what? Let's just do it.
What is... What is this? What Okay, first of all, it doesn't show that he's wearing at all. Which what I thought the entire post
what we're
about.
Looking at
I can't see his cargo short.
A picture, 29 male. The caption, this took a turn. I didn't. We're looking at a picture of this Caucasian male. He's 29 years old, male, and he's
cheesing. He's
smiling. He's wearing glasses, but they aren't like bifocal glasses. They seem like normal.
They're probably glasses that don't have a prescription.
Normal glasses that don't have a prescription. He oh God, do you? I don't even know what we're doing anymore. Why did he post this? You can't even see.
It was a whole thing about his outfit and how, if the clothes are getting in the way, and then he posts just like a selfie of his face. He's memeing. He's got to be memeing.
You think this is like all a joke? Like it's a bit?
This can't be real. I refuse to believe that this is real.
I mean,
is my summer attire getting in the way of what?
To be completely frank with you, okay, getting in the way of what?
His cargo shorts and his t-shirts.
But
they're getting in the way.
Is my usual summer attire getting in the way of?
It doesn't explain. He doesn't explain.
I think your personality is getting more in the way.
Got him.
Red dot him. She's ignoring me after I ignored her the day before. I'm a 17-year-old male, and me and her were flirting and teasing the day before. Oh. She told me how men don't know how to take the hint, and it made me remember about how she subtly friend-zoned me weeks prior. I played it cool and went about my day. I saw her a few times after and decided to not talk to her. She then decided to not text me for the rest of the day and the day after, currently Tuesday. She still has not responded, and I'm not going to double text her. She is a sensitive woman, but I played it cool by not caring if she decided not to sit with me. She was at the same place after school, and I only told her about how her day was going before she took off along with her younger brother. Her brother either waved by or used his hand to tell me to go. I'm sorry, they're children.
He doesn't know if he waved or waved him away. Oh.
Her brother either waved by or used his hand to tell me to come along. Her brother likes me, so that must be a good sign. I decided to go home, though because I feel conflicted and I don't want to seem like a burden to her, I don't even know if I should double text her. I like this woman a lot. She has a lot going for her that I see fit for my future.
Okay. Well, for one thing, this is not a woman. This is a teenage girl.
So it's safe to assume that he's 17 and she's 17, and she's ignoring him because he ignored her first.
Uh-huh.
I think what's important to acknowledge in this post, she said, quote, "Men don't know how to take the hint," and then
He ignored her.
she friend-zoned him.
No, she friend-zoned him weeks prior. She friend-zoned him and then texted him flirting and teasing and then said, "Men don't know how to take the hint."
So we think this is a situation
and then he
where...
ignored her.
So we think this is a situation where she only made him feel like he was friend-zoned because she was, like, teasing him?
So here's the thing. We don't know, because he's saying she subtly friend-zoned him.
What do you think that sounds like?
It sounds like we don't know exactly how she friend-zoned him or how he took it that she friend-zoned him. And even if she did, she's obviously not friend-zoning you if she's flirting and teasing. Remember? Flirting and teasing was the first sentence. So the response to that is not to ignore her or quote-unquote play it cool. So he's an idiot.
What should he do?
Nothing now. I think he's skirted. He ignored her. What do you? She tells you that some men don't know how to take the hint after flirting with you, and you ignore her. And now, what can you do to fix it? I don't know.
She
Apologize?
still okay. So the last thing that she did, she still has not responded, and I'm not going to double text her. If you're not going to double text her, then you're never going to talk to her again. Because at this point,
double texting is annoying. Isn't double texting when you just copy and paste the previous text?
Double texting is when I text you, and then I text you again before you reply.
Oh, okay. So it's not like I thought it was you just said the same thing twice, like they didn't see her message.
That's not what it is.
Okay, well then that's fine. You can double text her.
If you okay, so he ends with, "I like this woman, not a woman,
She's not a
a
woman.
lot, and she has a lot going for her. I don't know what that I see fit for my future. If you really like this woman a lot and you see a future with her, double text her. The worst that can happen is she just keeps ignoring you."
Well, I'm gonna be. You don't have a future with her. Because you're already having a lot of issues and you're not even dating yet.
Spy says you have no shot, so it's over. Just give it up. Sorry, that's my advice. Would you date an anti-vaxxer who doesn't have the COVID vax? The question kind of assumes you have the shot and that you either did or would vax your kids. Is anti-vax beliefs a deal breaker?
I mean, yeah, it's a deal breaker. Well, what else doesn't she have vaccinated?
Is it a deal breaker? Okay, so if you got the COVID vaccine, but I am anti-COVID vax, are you telling me that would be a deal breaker?
I don't think it would work. That's like a...
So like today, right now, even though we're engaged and we're supposed to get married next year, if I said, I'm not taking the COVID vaccine ever.
Well, but it's a little late for that because I already know who you are as a human being and I know you're not an anti-vaxxer. But I mean, if you're just getting to know someone and you agree with being vaccinated and the person that you want to be with does not agree with anti-vaxxing, that seems like it's going to cause a lot of issues in the long run. That's going to be a problem if you want to be with that person forever.
If I was getting to know somebody and I came to find out that they didn't want to get the COVID vax and they never planned on getting it, knowing that I'm vaccinated, then I wouldn't really be worried about it because I'm safe and that's what matters.
Well, it's not just about the COVID vaccine. What other vaccines are they walking around without? And then your children are not going to get vaccinated either?
I think
Your children have to have polio?
I just think that if they're a full anti-vaxxer, then I'd be like, that's very strange. But if they just don't want to get the COVID vaccine for whatever reason, because COVID is a thing that's happening right now.
I don't think not getting the COVID vaccine makes you an anti-vaxxer. I think an anti-vaxxer is someone who refuses to get any vaccine.
I think they're only talking about the COVID vax. Because it says, would you date an anti-vaxxer who doesn't have the COVID vax?
No, it's would you date an anti-vaxxer who doesn't get the COVID vaccine.
So it's like, this thing sucks, and they're also doing this thing that
It's
sucks.
like, it's not saying, would you date someone who wouldn't get the COVID vaccine? It's saying, would you date an anti-vaxxer who doesn't have the COVID vaccine? Those are two different questions.
If you are getting to know someone and they say, I've never had a single vaccine, and if I ever had children, I wouldn't let them have a single vaccine, then yeah, that's a weird person.
We
You shouldn't be with
wouldn't
them.
date. Yeah, wouldn't make sense, wouldn't work.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah, fair.
Is this just teenage nerves, or should I cancel? I, 16 female, met a dude while out with my friend's friends for the first time about a month ago. It was really fun, and we had a good time, and I got to like his personality quite a lot. We exchanged details and spoke a little, but not a lot. Maybe a few texts a day. Last night I got a text from him asking if I'm free on Sunday and if I'd want to go watch the new James Bond movie with him. I said yes, but I'm absolutely petrified. My friends all say that I should go for it. They've been making jokes about me and this guy since we've known each other 30 minutes. But I'm an extremely shy person, and the thought of going out with someone alone without anyone else, even if I like them, makes my stomach churn. I only have 5 days to mentally prepare myself, and I've nearly had 50 anxiety attacks already. Am I just nervous? Yes, you are just nervous, and it sounds like you have some anxiety issues. And that's okay. Lots of people have anxiety issues. You got to take that first step into dating. But yes, it's completely normal to be nervous on a first date with a guy that you like, even if it's just to see a movie. It's completely normal. Everybody goes through this. I don't think you need to ask Reddit for advice. I feel like you could have just asked your mom, maybe, or maybe your friends. But you should go on the date to see James Bond. You don't even have to talk to him, like, for the 2.5 hours that the James Bond movie is. You just got to talk to him before and after, right? And that's nothing.
The first kind of date that I had with my ex, we actually went to go see this movie called Lone Ranger. And I was very concerned about how the date would go. Like, I was really worried that, I just wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know how to act. I've never been out with her by myself, alone, just the two of us. But then when I got there, I realized that you don't really have to do anything during the movie, but just watch the movie. And then when the movie's over, you don't really have to think about what to talk about, because you can just talk about the movie.
Yeah, just talk about the movie.
And then the date's kind of over.
Yeah, I don't want to make fun of this person because they're just nervous about their first date, and that's completely normal. I don't know why I'm talking as if this person's gonna hear me.
It's the most normal thing ever to be worried about a first date.
Yeah.
But just enjoy the movie, man.
Just go see a movie.
just like do something.
Don't cancel. Is this just teenage nerves, or should I cancel? What other thing would it be?
I don't know. The answer is it's just teenage nerves. Go on the date. WTF is wrong with dating these days? I'm 31 and trying to do this online dating thing. I'd say I'm a decent conversation starter, engage in their interests, passions, etc. But these people will respond to my message, but won't end their message back with a question or any sort of flair that they're into keeping the conversation going within the first few sentences. What's the point of being on a dating app if you're instantly going to throw up a brick wall and not engage with someone who clearly is trying to have a conversation? I've learned to just drop it like a hot potato after a few dull responses. Sincerely, some frustrated dude.
Okay, well, I know the problem.
What's the problem?
He's the problem. For sure. If everybody is not wanting to talk to you for some reason, and it's a consistent thing that people are talking to you and then throwing up a wall or don't want to continue the conversation after a few sentences, guaranteed the problem is for sure you, dude.
Wait a second. Are you saying that if everybody has a problem with him, it might be him that's the problem?
I'm pretty positive.
I think it's actually way more likely that it's not literally everyone else's fault, and you might maybe want to improve yourself a little bit. I don't know. Like, I understand you're a frustrated dude, but I don't know. I mean, maybe just try a different approach.
I'm a decent conversation starter. It can't be me. I can't be the problem. They won't talk to me.
Maybe try to get it off the get it off the Tinder, get it off the dating app. Try to ask for their number, and don't try the same thing over and over again. Yeah. That's the definition of a crazy person.
Go to a bar.
Send memes, send gifts. If you really feel like you have to carry the conversation, then you're right. Look, here's the thing. I've said this 100 times, and I'll say it 100 times more. Maybe you are just that great of a guy, and nobody is good enough for you, but. You know, if you're as good of a guy as you think you are at talking and being cool and flirting, then eventually you'll find a woman that's up to your standard. Just keep trying, Tiger. You'll get him eventually. Is it off-putting asking too many questions? Essentially, I've asked her to date, and she said she will be available Sunday. In the meantime, I've asked her a few questions about her interest. I've asked maybe 3 in a row, just wondering if she will be happy that I'm showing interest, or rather wouldn't like the questions.
I mean, that post was pretty annoying, so I can only imagine how annoying the questions were.
This post wouldn't exist if they were having a good conversation, if she was engaging in it as much as he was. So I'm going to lean towards no.
Asking too many questions is annoying. You asked 3. Maybe you should have waited for her to answer the first one before you asked another one. Maybe... Possibly. And because if you throw 3 questions out at somebody all in a row without them answering the first one, it seems kind of odd to me. So I think it is kind of annoying. Yeah. I wish you hadn't have done it, but you did it. So you just gotta keep going. Maybe stop at 3, wait for her to answer those first before moving on.
I think if I knew the flow of the conversation, if I understood more of how she was responding, that I would understand. I can only go based off of what this post says. And it says, I've asked her a few questions about her interest. I've asked maybe 3 in a row, just wondering if she'll be happy that I'm showing interest. You can tell that she's happy that you're interested by the fact that she let you know she was available on Sunday. Then you can ask her all the questions that you want because you're together and you know that her attention isn't divided.
Yeah, don't be weird.
Just don't be weird.
Just don't be weird.
The fact that you feel like you're asking too many questions means that you're probably asking too many questions.
And the fact that you had to go to
Reddit
to figure out if you were asking too many questions is also a little bit concerning. If you have to go to Twitter...
Reddit.
Or I'm sorry, to Reddit, excuse me. If you have to go to Reddit to figure out if you're asking too many questions... then maybe you're asking too many questions.
I find that the solution to a lot of these is in the question. A lot of these things, if you feel like you're making somebody uncomfortable, I think it's safe to assume that you're making them uncomfortable. Now, the easiest thing for me to do, because I'm in a relationship where I know the person and we can talk about things, I would just ask, hey, am I asking you too many questions?
I just don't know. I just don't understand a world where something happens and I don't know the answer to it. I ask you a question, I'm like, I wonder how he feels about that question. I gotta check with Reddit.
I wonder if I'm asking too many.
I gotta talk to Reddit.
I wonder if I've said too much.
I don't understand.
It sounds like you think she's gonna beat him up or something. It's I just feel like I've said too much. And now she might not even want to see me Sunday. Just stop talking.
What is up with all these dates on Sunday?
I don't know, man.
Hi, everyone. I'm only a young woman. Okay. What a weird way to start that. I'm only a young woman.
Why wouldn't you just say I'm a young woman?
As opposed to
or just say I'm a woman.
Why is that important to the plot? Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm only a young woman, and I met this guy on Bumble who I really like. We only been talking for about a week, and I asked him if he wanted to meet, but now I'm really scared that he's going to try and kill me or something.
Why?
Wait. Then don't go. What do you mean? What did he say to you? He seems really nice, and I've seen all of his social media, and it all seems fine, but I'm really scared. Does anyone have any advice on how I can stay safe, and if I'm being overly paranoid? I don't know. Was there a sign? Was there something that led you to believe that he might kill you when you met him? Okay.
Why does she feel like that?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Did he say some creepy stuff to you on Bumble? Because that's not cool.
He didn't say anything.
And second of all, you meet in a public place. That's how you not get murdered. You don't be alone with him. At least on the first date, you go to the movies, you go to a restaurant. You don't be alone with him, ever. If you're afraid he's going to kill you, I feel like that's the best way to avoid being killed. But it is concerning to me that you feel like he might kill you. And I guess that's why you said you're only a young woman. Now that makes sense to me. And I'm so sorry that this man has scared you. Or maybe he didn't scare you at all. Maybe you're just scared. But go in a public place. That's the best way to avoid death, I'm pretty sure.
Go to a place that has witnesses. There are applications currently where, actually, it's very easy to just constantly share your location. So what I've done on my phone, and I don't even ever really feel like I'm in danger, but I'm always driving around with Lyft, so I am constantly 24/7 sharing my location with Spice and also my little sister, who also lives in the middle of Tennessee with us. So just make sure that you have your location turned on and you're constantly sharing it with somebody that cares about you. Mm-hmm. Do that, meet in public, and if he's not being weird, then you're being weird. So stop being weird.
I would also like to know what you were looking for on the social media as a red flag that he was a murderer. I would love to know what your checklist was to see if he was going to kill you or not. That would have been really interesting to me. Because I'm pretty sure all murderers seem really nice until they murder somebody. Ted Bundy was really, really nice to a lot of people before he killed them. Not to scare you into thinking this man is going to kill you, but I mean... He's probably not going to kill you.
Almost certainly not Ted Bundy.
He's on Bumble. Murderers aren't on Bumble, they're on Tinder, for sure.
Right. Would it be weird or too soon if I were to ask to go exclusive on the second date? Background. I've been on Tinder for a month just to f*** around, get some casual sex.
Okay.
And I've gotten quite a few matches and dates so far. However, I recently went on a date with a girl and we just clicked. After the date, I realized I've fallen head over heels for her and want to go long term. She proposed a second date. Never been on a second date in my time on Tinder. Herself. So I think she's into me as well? So Reddit, do you think it would be weird for me to ask her to go exclusive? I'd like her to the point where I've canceled all my other dates because it feels wrong to talk with other girls. Also, is a cat cafe a good place for a second date? We both are cat lovers.
The answer to your question is yes. It would be weird if you asked to go exclusive on the second date. In my humble opinion.
The last time I was on a date with somebody, I asked them if I could kiss them. Before I proposed to my girlfriend, now fiance, I asked her if she would say yes if I were to ask her. I feel like these are important things to find out before you do it. You want to make sure that both of you are on the same page. No one's saying that it's, well, at least I don't think it's too soon if you really, really feel something with somebody to go for it, especially if you think they're going to say yes. So it's really just a matter of what she actually wants. You can ask somebody without asking somebody, and that's what I would recommend. Just say, hey, I feel like we've been getting along extremely well. I know this sounds crazy, but I really, really like you. I haven't been talking to any other girls. I know it sounds like a total creep, but here's the thing. I really didn't expect to find anybody that I click with so well. And I'm not saying that you need to be my girlfriend right now, immediately, but it is something that I have just, mulled around in the old brain of mine.
See, I don't know. I feel like even that is coming on a little too strong for the second date. Okay, go on the second date and don't be weird. Just be like, hey, so tell me what you're looking for in a relationship. Are you looking for a long-term relationship? Are you looking for a short-term relationship? Are you just dating around? Are you dating other people? Just figure out what she's into. You don't have to be weird about it because you canceled all your dates, said you were head over heels for her and want to go long-term. That's going pretty fast, buddy. Especially if you don't know what her intentions are with you. Secondly, I think a cat cafe is a great place for a second date. That's a great place.
I think that with the context of knowing that you literally just got on Tinder in order to hook up with randoms, I found this to be troublesome in the long term and cause some issues in the future. If you just recently stopped being the type of guy that somebody wouldn't want to date within a month or two of meeting this person that you want to be in a long-term relationship, maybe let that breathe for a little bit, because if you do end up asking her out and she says yes, eventually you guys are going to have a conversation about what you were doing directly before you asked her to be your girlfriend, and that's not really a conversation that's going to go well if you were just having sex with a random person 2 weeks before you asked her to be your girlfriend. That's something that you could avoid by, just going on a second and third date.
Yeah, maybe go on a few more dates. Maybe just a few more dates and figure out if she actually likes you, because it's only been 2 dates. Chill out.
Yeah. And you were on Tinder for a month, and you've gotten quite a few matches and dates. And I think in order for her to feel more secure about your future, you're going to want to make sure that you fully calm down before you, commit to something long term.
Should I give this guy another chance? So around 6 months ago, I matched this guy who had hit it off with extremely well. We were sending each other paragraphs. Eventually, we had a video call that went well besides one thing. I told him I was talking to another guy and that I met him before and went on 2 harmless dates. He told me I was the only girl he was talking to as he doesn't like to split his energy, and wished me good night. 2 days later, I messaged him and we talked. I told him I could tell he was uncomfortable knowing I was talking to another guy, and told me if I changed my mind to reach out. I apologized to him and he sent me a message that pissed me off. He said, "You taught me a valuable lesson." And I blocked him after saying, "Take care, bye." Well, I just got a notification from him on Hinge. He commented on my profile picture and said, "Hey, just wanted to apologize for how it ended between us. I was new to online dating and never really had that situation come up before, so I didn't know how to deal with it. I just wanted to reach out and apologize. Thankfully, I get it now and I've talked to a lot of girls, but nothing nearly as fun or exciting as talking to you. I miss talking to you. What do you think?" I think you should not message this guy. I think he's insecure, and I think he's a little bit weird, and I think that starting off a relationship with immaturity and insecurity, and especially that way where he's just like, "Oh, you're talking to another guy? Pfft, I don't have time for this anymore. Bye." And that's ridiculous. That's not a healthy way. Especially, it says you guys are both 28 years old. He's old enough to know not to act like a child when dealing with somebody else that he likes dating somebody else. It's a little bit ridiculous. No, you should probably just leave this guy alone.
I was going to say that I understand where this guy's coming from, but also I'm talking from the perspective of somebody that was like 20 years old, because I remember when I was like, even when we first met, if you gave me any indication that you were talking to somebody else and I was interested in like beginning a relationship, I would say, "Oh, I'm not going to compete with anyone," and I would just move on and talk to somebody else. But I think it would be kind of problematic to say that and then be like, "Actually, I changed my mind. I guess, I was being a little bit dramatic." I think that when you are both almost 30, this whole like blocking each other, did they block each other?
She blocked him.
Yeah, you blocking him and then unblocking. First of all, you unblocked him. Hold on, let me just read through all of this again because it's all so much. Okay, let me take this bit by bit.
He texted her saying, "You taught me a valuable lesson," which I guess is just, I don't know what that lesson would be, that some girls date 2 guys when they're single, which is, a lesson that I think a lot of people already know.
How do you not know that by 28 that you're not going to be the only person that someone's talking to? That sounds like you just being petty and thinking that it's going to hurt her feelings, when any adult person is going to understand that you're not the only human being that they're talking to. Didn't they literally meet on Hinge? You met on Hinge. So that means, it's kind of insulting, actually, that you think that this girl that you think is good enough for you, that you might want to start a relationship with, has nobody else trying to talk to her, and you think that she dropped everyone just for you. It just seems kind of... Also, I didn't even pay attention to the first line of this. It says, "Around 6 months ago, I matched with this guy." If you guys haven't figured it out
It's been 6 months.
You guys haven't figured this out in 6 months? This post was posted 5 hours ago.
Nah.
So you're telling me after 6 months you guys haven't figured this out? What do you think? What do I think? I think that this is way too long to spend on somebody that you actually still haven't figured it out with. You're on Reddit now. After 6 months. You're on Reddit after 6 months.
Only Reddit can give you the answer you need.
Truthfully, I get it now, and I've talked to a lot of girls, but nothing nearly as fun or exciting as talking to you. That actually makes him sound like a bozo. Like, the fact that he tried with all these other girls and he's like, "Well, I guess I'll just go back to her."
Yeah, I understand online dating now, just so you know. And now I miss you. No, he's weird. Don't leave
No,
him.
he
leave him
failed.
alone.
He failed with every other girl because he sucks and you're his backup plan. What I think is, you know what? I'm actually going to respond to this.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
There's already a comment.
Can I type? I'm going to type. I'm going to do this live. I'm not going to cut it. You guys have been at this for 6?
No, they haven't been at it for 6 months. It happened 6 months ago, and they haven't talked for 6 months. And now he just randomly messaged her again on Hinge. That's weird.
You haven't heard from this guy in 6 months. Now, put this on all caps. All of a sudden, nothing is nearly as fun or exciting as you. Sounds like he couldn't make it work with any other girl, and your plan B.
He's weird. Leave him alone.
Keep him blocked, sister.
Sister?
Leave that man to grow on his own.
Okay. I hope you're not commenting this on my account.
Keep your head up, girly.
Stop. Is this my account? Is that why you're being weird?
Reply. My Reddit account's called Coco Loop.
Haters looking at me crazy.
Cause I'm driving around Miss Daisy, and in college I was lazy.
You've been very defensive lately.
But they were coming for my baby. Well, the podcast looking tasty, and we getting money lately. Sorry? I just found my passion, man. What's happening? I've been going up. They've been throwing up once they see the numbers blowing up. I've been showing up like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. My way, not the Burger King, but y'all a side plate. Looking at me sideways, y'all can hit the highway. Spotify and Apple hear me anywhere in the tri-state. I am like a fly plane, I will never die, man. They say I'm just rambling, but I'm just playing my strength. Ooh, Lord. Rapping to me so elementary, I'm going harder than sedimentary. I'm doing this cause it was meant to be. I'm not petty, but someone tempted me. Might clap back if someone send for me. I'd do this without a dollar or cent for me. I won't stop and I don't bend the knee.